Hey everybody. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's kind of hot out, and I know it's been a while since we've done a video. In fact, it's been about a year since we put a video up on Lacey's Space. But I thought that with the heat doing what it's doing, it'd be a great time to make a cocktail video for all of your favorite summer cocktails, or at least these are all of my favorite summer cocktails. And what I like most about them is that they're all basically the same thing, just varying what liquor you put in them. But the first thing that you need before you can make any of these cocktails is some sweetened lime juice. Now you can go and buy some Rosa's lime juice, and I'm sure that's fine. Personally, I just like to kind of make my own. So let's go ahead and see what goes into that. It's really simple. It's real easy to make. It's real easy to store, and you got a few options. So let's go ahead and head over to the stove and sweetened lime juice is essentially the same recipe as simple syrup, and the only difference is that instead of using water, you're using lime juice. And that recipe, again, it's simple syrup. It's called simple syrup for a reason, and that is it is very simple. It is nothing but equal parts lime juice and sugar. Now, if you want to go for a kind of a skinny margarita kind of idea, then you can actually, I've done this with Splenda, and it worked pretty well. I tried it with monk fruit, and that turned, when you put that in the refrigerator, it would crystallize, and it was impossible to use. We messed around with trying to make what we called margarita crack. We would let it crystallize and then use the crystals to make the cocktail, but it never really blended very well. And I did try it a couple weeks ago with stevia, and it tasted like liquid evil, so I wouldn't recommend that. But for today, we're just going to use sugar. So go ahead and heat up that lime juice and just whisk in the equal parts sugar. So in this case, that was 2 cups of sugar. I just put it in the liquid measuring cup because it makes it easier to pour. And now I'm going to sit here and bring this to a boil. And the idea is we're just going to reduce this. And if you do this, I would suggest go ahead and reduce it maybe a little more than you think you're going to need to. It shouldn't take more than 5 minutes. Once you bring it up to a boil to kind of reduce it down, and it'll cool and chill as a decent syrup. But we're going to go ahead and skip to that part where we get it up to a boil. Well, we got this up to a boil, and you'll notice when you hit it with the whisk, it's going to kind of boil up like that. It's fine. Really, all you're trying to do is keep it from scorching. It's not a challenge. It's not difficult. This is pretty foolproof. And really, all you're doing is letting it boil off for about 5 minutes or so, so that you're going to get the consistency that you're looking for. And frankly, once it's completely turned into a solution with the sugar, that's going to do most of your, it's going to create most of your viscosity anyway. So it's really just how thick you want your syrup to be at that point. And don't worry about going overboard. If you boil this down too much and you get too thick of a syrup, I've even had it where I can't get it to pour out of a bottle. You can just mix it with fresh lime juice or unadulterated lime juice, and you can change its thickness that way. All right, once you have your lime juice boiled down to where you want it, go ahead and take it off the stove and let it cool off, and then you need to find a way to store it. What I have here, this is just an empty wine bottle with a spout on the top. I just clean this thing out every time I cycle in some more lime juice, and just reuse this over and over again. Okay, so to make the cocktails, I noticed 2 days ago Lacey forwarded me something saying that it was National Daiquiri Day. And that excited me because it had a picture of a daiquiri that was served the way I like to drink them, which is straight up. And I don't see that a lot, so I thought that was kind of curious. It got me in the mood to make this video. Now, we're gonna start with the daiquiri, but you can basically use this same sweetened lime juice to make your margarita or a whiskey sour, or if you really like gin, you can make a gimlet. And it's all basically the same. You're just changing what liquor you're putting in there. I know there are purists who are going to tell me that, oh no, if it's a whiskey sour, then you have to make sweet and sour mix, which is different. But in this case, this is just how I like to do it. And I like to live a more stress-free life. I think that boat drinks should be real easygoing. So it's a simple recipe. I'm going to give you two variations here. The first one is what I like, and this is kind of a brain eraser. So one or two of these, and you're good to go. You're off to bedtime. And that is 1 ounce of the sweetened lime juice, and then 3 ounces of rum. So you're getting this 4-ounce drink, because this is a 4-ounce martini glass that we're going to be using. That's variation number one. Second variation would be to cut out either 1 or 2 ounces of the liquor. So if you want to have a couple of daiquiris, you want to have 6 daiquiris in an evening, you're having a barbecue, just cut out 2 ounces of the dry rum and replace it with sparkling soda. If you do that, though, be sure that you stir the cocktail. You don't shake it, because shaking a cocktail with carbonation, obviously not a great idea. But in this case, this is no carbonation. So just go ahead and shake it up, get it nice and cold. And then what would it be without a garnish? So I'm going to go ahead and get myself a twist of lemon. Cheers. I'll talk to you guys next time. Maybe we'll talk Manhattans.